So today I'm in Sheffield. I'm going to do a full walkthrough from the old Haymarket area right to the bottom of the Moor. So if this is the short you're watching, just click on the link and you'll be able to see a full tour of Sheffield. If it's not the short, it's the full video. Get ready for a full tour of Sheffield. So we have the Victoria Quays here, Canal Basin, and just to the left of it, back in the 70s, 80s, 90s, we had a massive car park down there called Maltravers. So you could come straight down the parkway, you could park cheaply there. It wasn't a fantastic covered surface, but it did the job. And all around this area where the markets were was absolutely loads of parking. But now if you come into Sheffield, you're going to have to actually drive in to the main city centre and park in a multi-story or somewhere like that, much more expensive car parks. So it sort of defeats the object if you don't want cars in the city centre. And we used to park away from the city centre at the bottom of the parkway, and now you have to get in the city centre to park. So this was a busy road, completely shut off. We'll walk into the old Haymarket area of Sheffield. You can see the grey to green. I did a video on that last week, which you can pick up on. Now it would have been nice to have done it on a bright sunny day, but it can be bad with the camera. But also, if I'd done it tomorrow when it is going to be sunny, people have been complaining I wasn't doing a realistic view of Sheffield, showing you the footfall, etc. Now across here where you've got the Canal Basin, right in front of there was the Corn Exchange. I think it was knocked down in the 1960s. It was a beautiful building. It had a fire, but it could have been renovated, and they chose to knock it down. A fantastic part of our heritage, just right in front of there was the Corn Exchange, for anybody who wants to know that. But we had absolutely loads of parking down here, right up to Commercial Street, where you could just come straight down, part way over there and park over here. Now I don't believe town centres are for people living in, and that's what previous Sheffield Council didn't believe. They wanted to get people out of the town centres, provide a fantastic public service into the city centre for people coming to shop, work, etc. But just here where you can see what is now a car park was the Sheaf market, and it would have come right down to nearly to the roadside there. So it came from the back end of that red brick car park right down to the road. Now Dora Vernon, she picked up on a video, from some stuff from 1996 I think it was, and they were going to redevelop the Castle Market right just there. And what they've done is they've shut the Castle Market down, moved it to the bottom of the Moor and killed this area completely. Even in 1996 there was plans to uncover the castle ruins, so we would have achieved both objectives. And now this is a real positive development in Sheffield for me, if it goes the whole way and recovers a lot more of the castle than we know from the 1920s. So let's just have a walk up. But if I've got my memory right, there was actually an outdoor castle market there at one bit on that area when the Sheaf was over there. But this used to be, Exchange Street used to be a busy road, but you can just see the area around here now and you'll see the footfall. It's 12:30 on a Saturday. Snooker today, football at Bramall Lane. So no excuses, I'm picking bad times. This is a fantastic bit of wall art here, support steel, but you can't run steel on green. Really seriously folks, you can't run it on green. So once Exchange Street was blocked off, they put the outside market up here for Castle. think that was still going till about 2010, the Castle Market. The Castle Market was over here, but we've lost the Market Tavern, and there was a reprieve on its demolition, and the people carrying out the demolition carried it on anyway. Still got the Woodford's building, but you can see the excavation going off. I'll stick my camera through and just show you one bit of it. But I'm excited by this development. This is the only thing that excites me in Sheffield. So this would have been an absolute busy part of the market outdoor. Market at the bottom of the moor goes nowhere near replacing what they've taken away, and the problem is it's far more expensive as well. So you're going to kill the traders off to start with. I'm not too sure what we'll see through here, but you can start to see this area, and it's something I'll be keeping up to date from week to week. There's a bit of a dig going off just beyond these railings, some concrete posts, and there's certainly an archaeological dig going off around there. I don't know what they're doing, but you'll be able to keep coming back to my videos on the castle site, which you can see on that sign. I can't see it. That's the problem with sunny days, it starts to blur what I can see on the screen. The images are great, but so this area here, as you can see, was Norfolk Market Hall. Now that was another new beautiful building. Now if you've been in Leeds in their markets and that, it was on comparison with those types of buildings, but they knocked it down again. Now we're coming on to the busy Haymarket area, as you can see, and that's ironic that. So that's our old town hall. It was being renovated into a hotel of some kind, and then the developer went bust, and then it's been rebought out and nothing's happening, which is a big concern about that area, that this will, if we're not careful, it'll become another market tavern. But it's 12:30. Should be absolutely thriving this area at 12:30. But there's nothing to come down here for anymore. So this would have been the whole of the Castle Market outside, just on this side. Massive area compared with what we've now got on the bottom of the moor. So this was where Norfolk Market Hall was, just here where Wilco's was. This was the old Davis Cafe. So we're looking up Castle Street, and then Castle House. Alright, so I just stopped my video there. A chap called Shane, who watches my videos on YouTube, has seen me, so it's nice to catch up with somebody. His heart's broken like mine. So we got the 1960s Castle House Co-op, beautiful spiral staircase in there. There was a food place down there till very recently, a co-op food place, and that's now shut. But we'll have a look round the other side. I'm going to actually walk up here now. I'm going to walk up the Haymarket side. But what I think, and I think what other people probably suspect, this is going to be turned into a park here with the archaeological remains. But how much of it's dug out, we don't know. But our concern is this will be a park, and then what they're going to do is start putting more and more high rises around here. So this is an attempt to get people to live around here. So we got Wilco here, which was originally Woolworths. It's actually busy here today, that compared with the video I did last week at 2 o'clock. I did a quick short last week at 2 and it was absolutely empty. So this was the old Davis Cafe, absolutely heaving that was. Now what they've done is they've kept the frontage on this Tudor building, and we don't know how old it is, or Elizabethan, whatever you call it. Kept the frontage and they've just left it, and I've done a freedom of information to the council saying that it's going to deteriorate when it's just left hanging like this. But I really want you to get an appreciation down here. Now Shane's just mentioned something and I want to show it you. So they blocked Dixon Lane off because you used to be able to get your vehicles down there. So you got Dixon Lane and you can just see Dixon Lane's got nothing left. Now back in the 50s it all had barra boys out down here, because if you went down here you got the old Sheaf market, outdoor market, rag and tag market was down here. Got the Norfolk Hotel at the bottom, but this was busy with shops back in the 80s. As you can see, it's absolutely dead. Well, this is absolutely a busy day for the Haymarket. But anybody, if you look back at on Google at particular years, you'll actually see how thriving this area once was. But it just gives you but one of the things is my dad's been watching the videos for months, but until he came in Sheffield with me he didn't realise how bad it was. My videos really don't portray how bad Sheffield is. Now just here was British Home Stores, 2 stories as well, it's now B&M. And I remember a different bridge across here. It used to be a bit rickety, to tell you the truth. That's probably why I think that bridge has been replaced. I used to sort of tread walking across that bridge. So we're looking up King Street. I think King Street was quite a classy place. There we got the C&A building. C&A was a Dutch company that was here long before the EU and things like that. Great fashion place. So we're now coming on to Commercial Street. Well, I just want to show you a few buildings around here. That sounds a bit rough. So here you've got the Sheffield Stock Exchange just here, which I think was the Yorkshire Bank recently. You can still see it on there. And if I walk across the road in a moment, just here, this corner building, it had about 5 or 6 exclusive shops in this corner. It was known as Dunn's Corner here. Let's just have a quick walk into Fitzalan Square. So we're now in Fitzalan Square, looking at the old GPO building that's now Sheffield Allen University. Could even get your passports done in here. That's how ridiculous it's now become. You can only send away for your passports, I think. Just here, this tall building was the Bell Pub. Next to it was the Newsreel Cinema, and then it used to jut further out because we had a beautiful Barclays Bank right just there. Old world, absolutely fantastic. That was knocked down in the 1970s for road widening. Tragic, should never have been allowed. But the actual Newsreel Cinema just here got burned down. Now that don't happen very often in Sheffield, does it? We'll have a quick look down Commercial Street, but it's pretty dead nowadays. So that was the Stock Exchange, and I'll just nip round the back of it, here. Still got a Couplands here, which is good news. So we got the beautiful Canada House. It had another name, or something like Pelham or something like that. I can't remember the name, but that was the Sheffield United gas line company. And we knew it as an Oriental buffet place. I think you could eat as much as you could get down here for the same price. I've got a feeling that that's now been taken over by Sheffield City Council. It's going to be a music venue, but I wouldn't quote me on that. But I'm sure I've seen some pictures of a new venue for music, and it looks like it's in there. It's a beautiful building, that. I need to probably just go down a bit further, so I'm going to just stop the camera, nip down and just show you something. So we're now looking at the Supertram bridge. I actually like the Supertram bridge, but I don't like what the Supertram's done to Sheffield. You can see the Hyde Park Flats or Park Hill, whatever. That's been now converted into sort of luxury apartments. A bit unfair on working class Sheffielders because they'll not be able to afford that. There we've got Ponds Forge Baths, created for the World Student Games in '91. But what I want to just show you down here is this is where the Rag and Tag Market was, down here. So you stretch right up to the roadside down there, where that building is there. That was part of it as well. So all this area was the Rag and Tag Market, got all market stalls, and you could probably walk under it without getting wet. And then it was also the original Sheaf market, which then moved across to where I've shown you. Then you can actually see the bottom of Dixon Lane just there, just to the right of there, and just up there was Castle Folds Market, which was like the wholesale fruit and veg market at the time, which is now in the Parkway area, Sheffield. But all these buildings have been built on what was car park in the 1970s. So all this, like, you could park your car on. So what they've done is took away all the parking that was in the centre of, on the outskirts of Sheffield. Yeah, they have got some parking, but it costs you an absolute fortune now. But we'll get back up Commercial Street. I don't think we'll ever get back to how Sheffield was in the past. I ain't got those unrealistic aims, but I think we need to come back 50%. I think everything's gone 100% too much one way, and we need to pull the joystick back 50%. I certainly don't agree with people living in the city. I think people should be outside the city centre. Belongs to the rest of us, and we should be transported in with cheap transport. Should be the commercial and shopping district and entertainment. But like I said, I'm against this living in it. I think there's an agenda for people living in the city centres. So we're in Fitzalan Square. So I mentioned one pub. I mentioned the Newsreel Cinema. Then across here we had the Odeon Cinema, which is now the Mecca Bingo Hall. And then we start to go down to Pond Street down here, which I'm not going to go into. It's absolutely deserted. But you can see the O2 Academy building up there. Steely's nightclub, Barry Noble's Roxy, etc. Car park underneath there, but the O2 Academy at the moment is closed because of these concrete concerns. And there has been talk in the past, or artist impressions, of that being a 3,000 seater